Something that I've come to realize, the more time and energy and focus that I put on my spiritual practices and my devotional practices, is that I don't understand how I managed to function and how I managed to make it through life without God being on my team, on my team, on my team. Not oh, oh, I go to church every Sunday and that's it. I don't know. Or, oh, I pull out the Bible, I don't know, every couple of months. Or, um, just oh, I do my own sort of spiritual thing. I created my own sort of spiritual practice. None of that actually, for real worked. None of that actually really gave me the type of solid faith that I needed and that I have now. None of that gave me the association of really pure devotees and legitimate spiritual masters from a lineage. None of what I was doing before was actually having an impact, on a positive impact on my life. And right now, I'm doing chanting. My focus right now is making sure I'm chanting my rounds every single day. If you practice bhakti yoga, you already know about the rounds. Um, my guru was very, very kind and very sweet, and he gave me a really low goal to reach, to do every day. And I surpassed that amount that he gave me previously at one point, but then sort of dipped down a bit. And so I was like, okay, that's easy. Yes, I can do that. But then just of my own volition, because I have spiritual goals, right? And so based on my spiritual goals, I decided on my own to increase the amount of rounds I'm doing 4 times as much as what I was doing before. And it is work. It is work, but it's just the what I love about what I'm noticing is changing in me. Hasn't even been a full week of doing this high number of chanting rounds yet, but I've already began to notice that because the chanting takes, how much ever time it takes, I'm not spending less time scrolling. I'm spending less time just not with nonsense. I'm spending less time just I don't know, being in my head worrying about stuff. Because I have rounds to do, I have prayers to do. I don't have time to just waste time right now. I'm working, I've got school, I've got my rounds. And that's what I'm focused on. Um and it's just been really beautiful, my journey with bhakti yoga. And it's just so honestly, the past couple of years, just my life has just been like a tornado, and bringing good things, taking things away. Sometimes I'm like no, I'm clinging, and the other times I'm like, oh, okay, oh well, it's going. And what's just unbelievable to me at times since I started practicing bhakti yoga is how much ease and support I have from my community, and just with a lot of these major changes um, that are happening in my life. Before, I felt like a major thing would happen or would be happening, and I felt like I didn't have any support or anyone I could really go to be like, can you help me with this? Or can you, not even always asking, but just someone to talk to who would understand and sort of hold space, or someone that would just be encouraging. Um And I felt like I didn't have a lot of that where I lived. I feel like when I would be going through those really hard times, like I felt like I would try to like, go to the internet and try to find some type of practice or like try to do a meditation or like, try to cultivate something and try to figure out what I could do spiritually to try to get me through this or try to manipulate things to turn out in my favor the way like I thought the things should turn out. And that didn't they usually didn't work. So I just was like, it really just felt like just grasping at like whatever I could grasp at to try to like get me through like these hard, challenging times. And like now it's like one, the bhakti yoga devotees are just they are just the sweetest, most generous, most nicest people ever. Without you, you will think like, am I in the twilight zone with how generous and sweet and caring they are? And I'm still getting used to that because I think I'm like a nice person. But no, 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 no. They make my niceness look like a grain of salt. Salty, salty, salt. And I'm still getting used to that. But like I'm going through, for example, I'm going through like a moving process right now, and it's been so incredibly stressful. And the devotees have been so supportive of me through every single step of this move, helping me in ways I didn't even ask them to help me, just volunteering their resources and their time and their energy to help me through this. And it's just great, and I'm so thankful for them. And bringing this all back to like God and spirituality is that one of the like I feel the cornerstones of like really having like an authentic devotional practice is like associating with pure devotees, associating with devotees who are dedicated, who actually live and move by the scripture. Not to say like they're perfect, because no one's perfect. We all make mistakes. We all are trying our best, but that are like doing it earnestly and not just like fronting or not just like pretending to be, but actually behind closed doors, like, they're someone totally different. They're doing something totally different. It's not that at all. And without these people, without these people, my spiritual practice would not be what it is. Certainly would not be what it is. And it feels so different than when I used to like, I was a kid or a teenager and go to church or whatever with my family or whatever. And like I felt, yeah, I don't know. I just felt like those people didn't really care that much about me or my family. Anything that felt like it was sort of like tension, like I don't know, like weird high school stuff. I feel like can happen in church. Like I feel like there's a lot of politics, but I haven't really come across that as much with the Bhakti community that I am in. And so that's really refreshing. And I feel like I can just like let my guard down and be myself. And everyone else does the same. And it's just wonderful. And so, I started this talking about like putting priority on your spirituality, putting priority on your connection with God. That is really the most important thing that you could be doing right now. It might not seem like the most important thing because it might seem like, oh, I have this to do, this to do, this. So I have this long list of material things that I need to get done that are not done. But I promise you, when you begin to focus on your personal relationship with God, on your devotional practice, God will take care of those things. He will place you where you need to be placed so that, that thing that you're wanting can come in. He will place you where you need to be, who you need to be placed with so that that person can help resolve some situation or some issue that you have. And vice versa. They will place you so that you can also be of service to, God's devotees, God's cherished ones. So this is more of a long game, but I promise you, it won't take as long as you think it will take if you're authentic and you're genuine and wanting to devote yourself to God. So I hope this helps, and I will see you in the next one.